It's episode 52 of the Pat McGann Show. This week, Pat welcomes political news anchor Mary Ann Ahern and comedian Dwayne Kennedy. The Pat McGann Show, as always, is brought to you by Tiege Hanley, uncomplicated skincare for men. And now, here's Pat.
All right, hello from Chicago to the rest of the world. It's the Pat McGann Show with Dwayne Kennedy. We are here live in the Tiege Hanley Studios on the west side of Chicago. Dwayne, what's up?
Man, Pat, everything's up. Football season.
Oh, man. It is. It's going to be September by the time. This is our last August episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, here we go. We're going to be into some fall vibes.
Right.
We got.
This is my last month with money.
This is your.
Once football season starts. But I thought the Bears were going to cover.
You've been gambling?
Incrementally. I like to build up the pot so that when the season starts, I can lose it all at once.
I thought you were going to start your gambling with eating some blueberries.
Right. And some lettuce. Yeah.
I'm just rolling the dice here in the produce section.
Right. Oh, man.
No, we got a lot going on. We got some great news for the show. I'm going to tease this a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to be coming on. We're going to be disseminated.
All right.
On iHeartRadio. That's about all I'm going to say right now. But we're coming out. We got a partnership. How about this? We hit 50 episodes, and people want to help us grow.
Want to get on board?
I love it. And I also wanted to touch on some of our former guests that are in the news.
Okay, the FGs?
The FGs.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
First, I saw Jeff Morrow. He just announced he's got his own. You talk about a healthy food line. If you can't touch the produce,
right,
pick up some frozen pizzas from our friend Jeff Morrow.
Okay.
I just saw him post. He's like in 30-something Whole Foods all around the Midwest.
Good deal.
How about that? Way to go, Jeff. We
All
also
right.
have Jared Payton in the news with our buddy Mitch Rosen. This is where I met Jared. I met Jared Payton when he was doing radio at the broadcast school, the School of Broadcast on Michigan Avenue, kind of near Columbia.
Okay, was he a student?
He was, yeah. I think he was, and he was learning how to do radio, to do media.
Oh, transitioning out of his sports career.
Yeah.
Into, oh, man.
So, I mean, he's paid his dues, and he's got, he was at WGN as a sportscaster.
Right.
Now he's going to be doing this, which I think is pretty cool. You know what? It probably could have been us having this morning show. Had we taken Mitch's tip and gone to the bathhouse, we were hanging out at the bathhouse, maybe we would be hosting the morning show.
Brother, if we'd been hanging out at the bathhouse, we'd have had a show, but it wouldn't have been a morning show. I don't know where that show would have been. Yeah. Woo!
You know who would fit in at that bathhouse?
Who?
The owner of the 49ers.
Yeah. Jed York, ladies and gentlemen. This is, man, I don't care what station dudes occupy in life. Dudes are just dudes, always going to be dudes. This is the owner of the 49ers, got caught in a sex sting in a trailer park.
Billionaire.
A billion.
Just honest.
A billionaire. Apparently a billionaire on a budget. You know what I mean? Where do you get your hoes at? I go to the trailer park.
Who is he on the phone? Is he on the phone on the way there? Does he notice like the surroundings when he's on his way there? Like, man, maybe I should have second thoughts here. Maybe I could just take care of myself.
Was he on the phone saying, there's no way I'm going to extend Christian McCaffrey's contract for another $12 million. I can't. I got things I got to do.
Now I'm about to walk into a meeting.
So don't call me for another hour and a half.
Oh, man. So anyway, we're excited about the new relationship with iHeart. It's going to change our format a little bit, so we're going to have a little bit of an upfront catch-up. We'll tease our guest today is Mary Ann Ahern from Channel 5. She's been a political and, just a great journalist.
Religious.
But does a lot of religious stuff.
Yeah.
Covered
a lot of
I was going to leave
popes.
that out because I want people to hang in.
Oh, oops. No thanks. Click.
She does a lot of great stuff.
Let me go see what's going on Satan's podcast.
So hang with us. We got a great show. You're listening to the Pat McGann Show, brought to you by Tiege Hanley. Before we jump in, I want to make you guys aware of something else. This is a great opportunity for you to win some cash, $1,000. Tiege Hanley is giving out $1,000 in celebration of 10 years of compliments. Just go to this link right here. I got a link right here. If you're listening, not watching, go to Tiege website, Tiege.com, and find yourself a way to win $1,000. All right, let's get into this episode. Thanks for tuning in. Here we go. All right, welcome back to the Pat McGann Show. We are very excited. We have a Chicago legend joining us. We are very lucky to have her with us. Very busy, so appreciate you coming in here. Mary Ann Ahern from NBC. Mary Ann, welcome.
Thank you.
What is going
I'm so pleased that you asked me. You know what? Life is great, and I'm so blessed that I'm still doing it. I love it. There's never a dull moment, and life. I really love my job, even though some days are harder than others.
Oh, I bet.
But chasing the mayor, chasing the gov, chasing whoever's out there, trying to hold them accountable, it's fun.
Yeah, so we have a lot of Chicago listeners. We kind of go national. And so for people who don't know Mary Ann is a journalist, reporter. I mean, how many titles do you have? But you've been with NBC Chicago, really following politics. And I'd say you have like a little bit of a religion beat, too. You follow the popes around.
Yeah.
But you've been here since, when, 1989?
1989. Amazing. Yeah.
Is there anybody more? who has been in the city longer? Do you keep tabs?
I know. Now and then. Right now, I might have the most seniority. Definitely have the most seniority at my place, but there might be a couple of folks. But I've lived through lots of different changes, and they came a couple of years ago and said, "Hey, we're doing buyouts." I was like, "Not me. Wait a minute. I still
no
like
interest.
It. No, I really know.
Good for you."
And when I raised my kids, I have 3 adult kids now, but I did work 3 days a week, and that was really great. So I said, "Okay, how about if we do 3 again?" They said, "Oh, we can't do 3. We could do 4." So I do 4 days a week. So I do have Fridays off, which is great.
Oh, that's enough, though.
Yeah. It keeps.
But do you think there's anyone in the city that's been at it longer?
Probably not right now. I mean, there's certainly those folks like Carol Marine, who's a great mentor of mine and has been around and is still dabbles a little bit, and she's a teacher at DePaul. I mean, but as far as covering the beat right now, and it took so long I bet 20 years before people call you first, and that. Well, I'm not walking away from that. It's pretty nice.
So you get the scoop typically.
A lot of time. I mean, you work it. You have to work it. You have to call the people. You chat with the behind the scenes, the press secretaries, those folks. And you do have to work it. You don't just sit back and wait for the call. But a lot of times when I get, a scoop, it's because I've done it for so long.
What's a recent big scoop that you had that you're like, all right, here we go again? And does it get your adrenaline going? Is that what you're looking for all the time?
I know. I mean, it's a competitive business, and it is. There's the mantra of don't be worried about being first, get it right. I like both, obviously. I mean, of course I want to get it right, but. There's even some stories. I'm working on one today. I can't even tell you yet today, but I got a good.
This is what happens. People come in here and then they leave. And something major.
You gotta watch. You gotta watch tonight. But yeah, people are giving me scoops about the mayoral candidates. They want to boot each other off the ballot before the race even begins. So
we just had a mayoral candidate on here. We had Liam Stanton.
I know, right? And he's not going to run.
What?
Yes, he's not. No,
come on.
He's
Is
not
it because of this show?
And he's a really smart, good guy.
He's a great dude. No, we know. We were kind of laughing because we had him on, and then a week later, he's like, "I'm out."
Yeah. But
great dude, though.
It's an interesting because everybody's got an agenda. So someone's calling you to take someone else down because they want to make sure that they keep their power. So you do have to really navigate it carefully. And yet, when they're telling you the truth, they're telling you the truth. You mentioned I did a lot of stuff on the church years ago. When I first got here, when I came back to Chicago, I grew up nearby and left. And
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Long Beach, Michigan City, Indiana. Right there. Yeah.
The Hamptons of Chicago.
Yeah.
What's your favorite spot in Michigan City? Do you ever go to Wagner's in LaPorte?
Oh, love that.
Isn't that a good spot?
Yeah, that's Chesterton. Yeah, Wagner's the one in Chesterton. The
okay.
ribs.
Yes, the ribs.
Yeah.
What's the other spot you mean?
Farina's.
Okay, I haven't been
Yeah.
there.
Oh, Farina's, it's really good. They have two of them there.
Oh, really?
And one in Valpo. Yeah, Italian. Very
All
good
right.
Italian. Yeah.
Gotta check that out.
Rocco's.
Rocco's.
Yeah.
And then in the city, you got a favorite spot?
Oh, in Chicago. Oh, gosh, so many. Oh, my God. I love them all. You know, I do. And I have kids that we'll meet on Sunday nights for dinner somewhere fun. And so all the ones you'd expect, you know, like to be outside and sit outside and have dinner is so nice. I mean, even like Topo Gigio and Wells and Orso's, all those are
I
great.
love Old Town. That's our hang.
Yeah,
Zanies.
that's where we met.
Yeah, my daughter just got engaged, the second daughter, and so we're like looking for places and trying to figure out where to do it. And
I had cousins in Michigan City.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I grew up in Michigan City. Yeah.
Great spot.
Yeah.
I thought everybody had a lake at their front door. You know,
What's it like during the winter over there?
Yeah, it's a little quiet. Yeah, it was quiet. I definitely had more friends. Oh, hilarious. I just saw a guy at the grocery store who was like my teenage crush in high school. And I see him at the local grocery store. He's like, hey, oh my God. And I was like, you didn't give me the time of day, you know. And I was
now that you're a star.
Right. It's always 13. Like, I was just about to call you.
Did he know? Does he know that you had a crush on him back in the day?
Oh, he had to. I probably was like, pining away from him. Yeah, it was hilarious. It was so funny.
So when you would see your city or your area blow up more in the summer,
yes.
a lot of people
I had
don't
twice
know
as
Long
many
Beach.
friends.
Everyone from a lot of Southsiders go to Long
Southsiders,
Beach.
yeah.
Did you have a nickname for the people that would come there?
Well, now they call them the Fibs, but
because that was big in Wisconsin. They do that in Long Beach too. Fibs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The F and Illinois people.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I loved it. I had twice as many friends. Yeah, it was fun.
So you didn't mind that at all?
No.
All right. So that's a nice area. That's a little different to grow up there, but you had a little bit of the Chicago vibe.
We would, in fact, I felt like my mother made a bigger effort. We take the train in. We went to the museums. We went to the, whatever, the big Christmas festival, kind of events. And I thought later, did I do that with my own kids when I lived right here? Did we go down to see whatever was going on at the art museum? Oh, not so much,
It always seemed like it's people from out of town who take more advantage of the stuff that the city offers than the people in town.
Exactly.
I never went to like Michael Jordan's when he had his restaurant or any of those places. You ever go there? No, never.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'd make a big deal, go to Chinatown.
Yeah.
Did I do that with my own children? Probably not. We probably went to a local spot around the corner. Yeah.
I had a buddy of mine tell me this weekend, his kid's 19. They were like, he's like, Dad, I'm going to get some buddies. We're going downtown. And like 3 of his, his buddies' friends, their parents were like, you're not going downtown. You're not going. Like, come on.
Still.
I mean, I've done like a bit about that whole thing. Like, I mean, and meanwhile, it is so great down there.
Yeah.
And we do have a big mayoral race coming up, and that's been that's your thing. You said you're chasing the mayor around, you're chasing the governor around. What is that like? Is it like, is there backstabbing going on? Is there power grabs? Is it like House of Cards sometimes?
Oh, for sure. It's their team.
Take us there, Mary Ann. Give us some dirt.
Tell us who's a piece of crap.
It's always the people behind the scenes, not so much whether it was, from Daley to Rahm to Lightfoot, all of them, it's the team behind the person and whether or not they have a good team. And are they responsive to us when we call? And they think if they don't call us back that we're not going to do that story. Well, of course we're still going to do the story. It's not about, when you don't call back, then we think there's more proof that that story's real.
Has there been a time when you've been uncomfortable with the truth, but you still have to
Oh
put
my
it
goodness.
out there?
A lot of times. More than ever on the church when that all happened, being Catholic and the priests that abused kids. That was a really tough time.
And you broke that story.
I did a lot of those stories, and along with the Sun-Times, but I did the TV. I broke all the TV stuff at the beginning, and then others, of course. Yeah, I
what
had
year was
friends.
that?
It was 90.
Wow.
In 1990.
Wow.
There were friends of mine that were former priests, and I met them for lunch, and they had left to get married. And I said, I really want to do a story about you guys. And they said, we're not the story. The story is there are these guys who are abusing kids, and they're just moving them around to different parishes. And I sat there like, how can this be, And they said, really, it is. And they put me in touch with folks. And there was a woman who had written a book using a pseudonym so that she didn't name her son. And so it all just kind of unraveled. And Cardinal Bernardin really addressed way before Boston, and there was this big movie Spotlight. That was like 12 years later. Yeah, I at the theater, I was standing up like this. My daughter's like, "Mom, sit down." Sit down. And I'm like, "This was my life." Yeah, this was my life.
Yeah, that could have been a movie about Chicago.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It was such a difficult. That was really difficult.
Did Bernardin have a response to you?
Yes, in fact, so. One person tells you another person. So when we first called, when Bernardin then was wrongly accused, but he was accused, and we called him, and they literally like put him on the phone. And I thought, oh, good God, I'm really going to be like going to hell for sure for this, someone's really like coming after me now. And I'm like, Cardinal, sorry about this, but, we understand that someone's going to file a lawsuit against you tomorrow. And he said, I have no idea what this is all about, denied, of course. And it turned out it was a false accusation. And he, for about 2 weeks, every day, people would sort of follow him around, not just me, and asked him. And he kept saying, really, I know nothing. And we ended up calling it sort of the Bernardin model of how to respond when you get bad press. And it's not true. Like how to not go hide, but really go and answer the questions and keep saying, listen, I don't know this. I don't know why this happened. But that time was it. But it did also allow for me. I said to my bosses, you can't just have me be the gal who keeps going to the churches and doing all the bad stories. So I also then did stories about the Pope. At the time, Pope John Paul II traveled and did these World Youth Days in Cuba and Toronto and Denver. And
he was touring then, right?
Yes.
Wasn't he opening for Pearl Jam?
Exactly.
Cuba. You went to Cuba with the Pope.
I went to Cuba with the Pope. Yeah, it was
Did you ever
crazy.
bring that up at a cocktail party? Like, hey, we were just in... We were just in Florida. Oh, yeah? I went to Cuba with the Pope.
I know. I felt like I ate the last chicken that was there. It was such a pour. It was so hard. We did the overnight shift, and we finished, the producer, myself, the photographer, we'd finished like at 11 a.m. We'd been up all night. And we learned after the first day, order 2 mojitos at a time. We went to the hotel bar because they were so slow. We were like, okay, we'll take 2 each. And then
what did it feel like there in Cuba?
It was depressing. It was totally, this is 94, 5. I think it was 95. Maybe no. Actually, it was 96. Here's what happened. We get there. All the networks came. It was this big, huge deal. The big anchormen of the time were Brokaw, Jennings, rather. They all flew
Burgundy.
in. The very first night, and again, as I mentioned, I did the overnight, so I'm up at 11, and we were in this sort of newsroom where they had still the AP machines, and, and if there was a big story, it would ring. It would go beep, 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 beep. The Washington Post will report tomorrow that President Clinton has had an affair with an intern. We were all like, wow, no one's going to care about the Pope anymore.
Right.
They all left. All the big shots left. I, of course, stayed. I was there because I was the gal for
mojito.
all the little stations across the country. I mean, literally doing like 85 live shots a day, repeating constantly. I would be, hello, hi, Bob and Sue. Hey, Mary and Jim. Hi, and just doing the same story but it was crazy. Yeah.
Did you talk to the Pope like face to face?
No, I did get to like shake his hand, that kind of thing. I had my kids' pictures,
Yeah.
like, please bless them.
I mean, this
now
is
I'm
like-
working on Leo. I'm really trying for that.
That's gonna happen.
That should be a better story.
Weren't you there when he was?
I was. Oh my God, it was wild.
You were in Rome
Yes.
at the Vatican,
Yeah.
and they come out. And they're like, "We got a Pope.
We got a
and
Pope."
Guess what, Mary Ann?
And my photog is this great guy, Mike McGovern, Southside guy, such a great guy. We've traveled all over the place together. He's so wonderful. We used to have him on with me because he would tell you the real stories about me bossing him around all the time. But anyway, we're squeezed. We hear about the smoke. We're at this spot. We go right into the Vatican, to the square. And we're literally, he couldn't even, the TV camera's pretty large, so he couldn't even like keep it up. He had to have his little like GoPro. And I knew, because I'd been there for 2 others, I knew they would say the first name and the middle name. So I had like my list of like 10 that I knew that were talked about. And Prevost was on, but no one thought. So they come out and they say, Habemus Papam, we have a pope. And then they say the first, so he says, Roberto Francesco. I'm like, Michael, holy shit. Oh my God.
I won my bet.
It was so crazy. Of course, we had to edit that out of the stuff.
Didn't have you being like, holy shit, he's from Chicago, he's from Dalton.
I effing knew it.
Literally. But then we were double checking. People are some were leaving at the time. Like, where did they say he was from? Then some Italian guy goes, he's an American. I'm like, oh my God, Chicago. Wow. It was crazy.
Man. That's got to be something.
Yeah, that was cool.
I mean, you got to pinch yourself along the way. And then also looking back, because you mentioned John Paul II. I mean, who was more recognized during those days, and then also you cover Princess Diana when she came. She came to Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Did she come here?
Yeah, she came.
What year was that? Was she catching a Bulls game?
I know.
That's when Chicago was just
she did
fire,
that
right?
famous dance where I think it was with John Travolta or something. No, maybe that was in D.C. She did something here in
she
Chicago.
danced with someone at the museum, right?
Yes, she danced. She wore the purple dress because of
Do
Northwestern.
you know who that was? Because of
Yeah.
Northwestern.
Yeah,
Why?
right,
'Cause
because
had done-
they sort of sponsored one of. Oh, was it
She
really
danced with
Phil
Phil Donahue.
She
Donahue?
danced with Phil Donahue.
Yeah.
That must have pissed Oprah off.
Was it really?
96.
Wow.
Big year.
My post was the Drake. She stayed at the Drake, and so we stood and all I remember is, man, she had great abs. I mean, her arms and legs were just so toned. I was like, oh, good God, look at that gal. She was something else. Yeah.
Did you get to? Did you interview her? Did you talk to her?
No.
But you covered that whole story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those, when you're at some of that stuff, there is the protocol of, don't shout out questions. And sometimes we break the protocol. Sometimes we're like, whatever. I just had this thing with President Obama at his new foundation, at the new library or museum. They give each station a pool opportunity where you're the pool, which means you give the video to all the other stations. Mm-hmm. So I mentioned how I was off on Fridays. They said to me, hey, our thing is Friday. He and Michelle are going to greet the first 100 guests. I go, I'll come in for that. I'll be there. I don't
met him
mind.
before?
Oh, yeah, because we covered him when he was, just the state senator. So, and we went to Iowa the first time he went, and, he still was hemming and hawing. Was he really going to run and all that kind of stuff? So we go to the library. You have to be there 3 hours early. You got to stand over in the corner and all this stuff. Well, we found out that whoever had a previous pool opportunity, one of the other local reporters in town that I'm not going to, whatever, he shouted a question. And they were really mad. No, you can't shout questions. They said to me, they're kind of worried that maybe I would do the same. I have a little bit of a reputation, I was like, I already heard, I'm not going to do that. But in my head, I was like, what have I got to lose? He's not the president anymore. Why not? Maybe I would. But they were really adamant about, you can't shout a question, not to Michelle either. And
is it because it's a library or because it's president?
I guess,
Whisper.
Yes. So we are waiting, our time. It's 2 hours. That is an hour. And now 15 minutes before he's supposed to show up, they move me. They don't trust me. They move me and they put me up in the looking down on where he's going to be. Okay. So I text this gal. I know. I'm like, hey, come on. I've been here for 3 hours. I know the rules. I'm not going to shout a question. And she's like, okay. They bring some other gal over, another person who's like, now, I said, we've gone over these rules 10 times. I've got them. I'm not going to do it. So they bring me back. She goes, I'm going to stand right next to you.
Oh, they're babysitting.
And if you...
Is this Valerie Jarrett?
No. And if you ask a question, we'll remove you. I said, got it. He walks in the room and he goes, hey, how are you?
Right to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yes. Now, he didn't say my name. I mean, I think he knows maybe, I remember her a little bit, whatever. But I wanted to say to that gal, see, I didn't even, I just quickly then asked a question. I was just, something.
Do you remember what you asked him?
I wanted to say, what do you think about the Bears? Should they come back? Should they leave? What should they do? But I didn't. I just said, hey, it's been a long way from when we first covered you. I mean, it was very 20 seconds, nothing. But still, I wanted to tell the gal that I followed the rules. He was the one that broke them, not me.
Yeah, exactly.
Treating you like you knew.
Did you find him to be a like genuine person when you were kind of following
Yes.
his rise?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was a really cool time. I mean, we went, Carol Marie and I divided up the primaries. We both went to Iowa. I went to New Hampshire. She went to South Carolina. We kind of did this tag team. And that was a time when we could text his people and say, like, hey, would you give us 5 minutes? They would. I mean, it was crazy. That was super cool. But after he won Indiana in May of 2008, I've never talked to him again. Till this time at the library.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Never talked to him again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds like show business.
Yeah.
We know cats that once they got famous, that was it.
Then they're only going to do national news, national stories. But you
Yeah.
also file national stories here from Chicago, and I wonder what that is like. So if what happens? Like the NBC Nightly News might say, like, hey,
Yeah.
Mary Ann, we want you to...
Sometimes it happens rarely because now here in Chicago, they have their own folks too. They have two
Oh,
reporters.
they do?
They do. But
Who do they have?
Shaq Brewster and Maggie Vespa.
All right.
Two are based here, but they end up traveling a lot. They travel a lot of the Midwest. But I did meet the press once. That was pretty cool. They did
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah,
Right
that-
before the DNC, just recently, 2 years ago. And one of my mentors that helped me move along, Tim Russert, who was
gosh.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Love
So
Tim
we went to
Russert.
the same
Buffalo guy.
Yeah, Buffalo
right.
guy. Yeah, he went to the same college. I went to John Carroll.
Yeah.
And he went to John Carroll. He was a really good friend of my older brother, Marty's. And he used to come to our house. My brother would throw a party every summer when they had that football game in August at Soldier Field, the college. Like,
yeah.
It was some kind of college
Like the
all-star.
college all-stars game,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he would sit at our kitchen table, and my mother would say, oh, you're going to run for office. I'm going to have a coffee for you. Like Tim Russert was that kind of guy at 23, or 22. Yeah. And so my first, I taught school first. I taught high school English for 5 years in the city.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Where at?
I taught at first it was Gordon Tech
Oh, yeah.
in the city when it was, Gordon Tech in the city. I taught there when I was 21 years old, 22. And I was there, and then I taught at New Trier East, and when it was an East and a West. But I really always wanted to do this.
What were you teaching freshmen?
Well, at Gordon, yeah. I mean, at Gordon, it was 3,600 boys. It was the largest all-boys school.
Oh, man.
It was crazy. And, you'd walk to the cafeteria, and the boys would hoot and holler, and I kind of was like, oh, that's nice. And then right behind me was the 80-year-old Italian teacher, and they were doing the same for her, and I was like, rats.
They were allowed to do that? Call their teachers?
Yes, in the calf.
man.
In the calf, no one could get
I was
them.
in a similar environment. We weren't allowed to do that. I went to all boys. I went to Marist High School. But yeah, my daughter's now taking high school English. Do you remember the required reading?
Yeah. Well, the kids that I had, unfortunately, didn't read very well at Gordon, so we weren't reading that was my...
Wait, the kids that were catcalling you in the cafeteria?
Yeah. We were reading, like, the driver's manual because to get them to read something. Yeah. It
Back
wasn't...
of soup cans and
Yeah,
whatnot.
you got it. I was trying to get them I was like, first day, hey, what kind of books do you guys like to read? And they're like looking at me like, what's up with this gal? Like, we don't read.
Books. Right.
Yeah.
So you go from teaching into...
Yes. So then I went back to school at Northwestern at Medill. And so it was something I really always wanted to do. I just didn't have the guts at, 23, 24 to do it. So I thought, I better go try this. And walked in and said to the principal, hey, and he said, oh, are you going to law school? I said, absolutely not. I'm not going to law school. I'm going to do that. How crazy am I? He was like, are you really sure you want to do this? Are you going to get a job? I said, have you seen those people? I think I could do that. Of course, didn't realize I was going to do Peoria, Atlanta, like almost 7 years to come back. And I wasn't at NBC a week that he called me. And he said, oh, I always knew you'd make it.
Really?
Yeah, I laughed. I was like, Mr. McGee, actually, those lonely nights in Peoria, I kind of wondered.
I do want to hear about you paying your dues a little bit, going back to some of those days before you got to Chicago. But we do have to take a quick break. You're going to hang with us?
Sure.
All right. We will be right back with more Mary Ann Ahern.
Tiege Hanley has changed my life. My skin has been amazing.
We're the #1 men's skincare routine in America.
When I got here, they go, we're just waiting for the podcast guest. We know you're here for pictures.
They thought you were a model?
Yeah, you guys, he's glowing. In fact, Nate Bargatze was like, Your skin's awesome.
Just like I look forward to I'm washing my face before I go to sleep.
I think we haven't had any 40-year-olds on the podcast, and I said I'm 50, and everyone goes, "What?"
Tiege Hanley. It's the way we face the day. All right, we're back. We're still hanging here in the Tiege Hanley Studios in the west side of Chicago. Our guest today is Mary Ann Ahern. We've been talking to Mary Ann about her storied career, touching, crossing paths with so many huge names. The Pope, Obama, Princess Diana. Yeah. But you had to get a start, and it wasn't in Chicago because you got to do the smaller markets. Like Dwayne and I, when we start in stand-up, you got to do the B cities.
Yeah.
But some of the B cities are fun.
Yeah.
Where did you?
Peoria.
Peoria.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Peoria is underrated aesthetically, I think.
There is a river.
There's a river. There's a bridge. There's some nice architecture down there.
Yeah.
I am not kidding when I say that. It's nice on the approach.
Yeah.
Home of two of the greatest, one of the greatest comedians, Richard Pryor, and also Sam Kinison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Realize that.
Yeah.
He's from Peoria as well?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think they have a Richard Pryor statue in
Yes.
Peoria.
Yeah.
Much deserved. Yeah, Dwayne's a huge Richard Pryor fan. Are you a comedy fan?
Of course. Yeah.
Who are you watching? Do you watch stand-up on?
You know what? I would have to defer to my kids who tell me, who text me and say, watch this or watch that.
Do you scroll a lot on your phone? How are you with social media? Because it can really eat your brain.
I know. I'm terrible. Yes.
Good.
That
might not be a bad thing.
I know, but I need to put it down. I really need to put it down.
Oh, you're terrible on that. You're on it a lot.
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
which do you
Oh,
scroll?
but as far as I'm looking more for the news. So
Yeah.
I'm on Twitter all the time, or I'm on Insta, like that kind of stuff.
Wait, I thought you were the news.
But I'm
cut out
making
the middleman.
sure
Where do you
that
get your news from?
I'm trying to make sure that I'm not getting beat on anything.
Yeah, right,
so
right.
I'm keeping it on. Because if you're not, you're going to either be on the bus or off, and if you want to stay in the game, I'm all in, so that, yeah.
What do you think about, the vitriol for some of these, not even candidates, they're actual, our governor of Illinois, like he gets so much hate. Is he that bad of a person? And I wonder what it's like covering a guy like that, because he's not only powerful, super wealthy, the Pritzker family.
Right.
What is that vibe?
Right. No, I think that to even find candidates to run, even now the mayor's race, I think that all of them face this very big question of what's this going to do to my family? Do I really, really want to do this? And how much is it going to change for them? Pritzker is a decent guy. Do you agree with everything that he supports? Maybe not. Mm-hmm. Even Darren Bailey, the Republican running, I've gone to his home downstate on the farm that he has, and he lost his son and grandchildren in this horrible helicopter accident.
Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they're good people, and they've been through a lot. And so you really have to, when I leave, I live downtown now, and I leave my high rise, and the guys in the building always say to me, "Go give them hell." And I said, well, who should I give hell to? Whoever you're talking to, and I love that they want me to be, sort of tough.
Did you tell them I don't give them hell? I report on hell.
Exactly. And so, yes, it's so easy to sit back, watch some of this stuff and go like, why didn't she ask that? Or why did you also realize they are people, and they've got a lot of decisions to make, living through all that COVID stuff. Those days were really wild.
Oh, man.
Those news conferences of, you didn't know if you were going to see zombies walking down the street. It was pretty wild. And very few of us even came in. I came in. We put us in a separate room. The photog and I, we could barely even wave to each other. But we would go.
I remember you did a remote thing for me when I hosted the Chicago Emmys.
Yes.
And you put a video together and you got on the virtual.
Yeah.
And by the way, you've won many Emmys.
I've not many, but I've won a couple. Yeah, that was great. We did the Pope, which I loved that we did that one. Yeah, that was perfect. That was
phenomenal.
great.
I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No.
So
but I think when you ask, how you want good people to stand up and say, I want to lead. And yet sometimes it ends up, we get people that are either so rich or, are represent.
crave attention.
Yes. Craving attention or represent some
That's why I might run.
far out view. And most people, I think, are more middle of the road.
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where you decided you were interviewing somebody and you decided not to include something or not, report?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
What caused you to make
I
that
think,
decision?
you know what? In fact, when you say that, what reminds me, when the whole Biden thing last year, when that horrible debate, when we all watched that and we were like, oh, good God, this is not good. And I thought to myself, there are so many times that I watched press conferences from him and it was hard to find a 20-second coherent soundbite. And why did we all, on my little level here in Chicago, and all those other people in Washington, much bigger stage, but we all got fed into that of kind of being good to him, protecting him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we shouldn't have. Here it is. Take it. This is the guy. You decide. You know. But there also are times where people throw out stuff that isn't true, and we don't put that up.
Because you know.
You know. Yeah.
Have you ever done a story where you felt like somehow like it put your life in danger, or
I did a story once about this crazy cult that had taken in some folks, some young gals from Iowa, and it was here in Chicago. And they did have a security guy with for like a week, kind of made sure I went home each night because they sent some threatening messages. Ooh. But that was, that faded out. But no, I mean, people yell. People will, especially at a sort of a political rally where people feel emboldened, they'll sort of yell at you and be like, especially I hate to, the Trump rallies, they are, he even says, hey, there's the media back there, go, and so they all turn around, everybody starts yelling at you, and you're like, hey, thanks.
Yeah, how come incoherent dementia meant something for Biden, but now it's just, we don't even like.
Right. Now it's a badge of, that's my guy.
How was our food chain still safe with the incoherent dementia? Like, they seemed like, anyway.
Yeah.
But now the media does take a beating, They get a lot of this fake news, it's taken root. And media has been turned into the enemy, and even educators, science, a lot of things that were like these pillars of our society have been attacked to a point of losing credibility to a lot of people. How do you get that back?
I know. I think you put your head down and go do your job and say, even though there are so many places now to get your news, that people know where they can trust us, hopefully. And we do have way more standards. I mean, we're not Facebook, we're not TikTok, we're not. And now you'll see us posting there, but I have way more hoops to go through. I have a producer that will read my story.
Yeah.
And if it's a very sensitive story, we'll have a lawyer read it to make sure as well.
Okay.
But at least
you can always send stuff through here too. We'll give it a once over, Mary Ann. Check it out.
Seems all right.
Yeah.
She was nice.
And there are still mistakes that do get through. But there's at least 2 or 3 people that read each story every day before it gets on the air.
Like, what are the codified journalistic standards that you have to meet?
Well, you have to have definitely 2 sources, two separate sources.
Okay.
Not you two.
Can one be an encyclopedia?
Not you two. 2 people that are, separate. Yeah. And, people can, for instance, this story I'm going to do later today, I mean, people can say anything in a lawsuit. They could, in a civil lawsuit. That's not, just because it's in the lawsuit means that it's fact. Now, a criminal case is different, obviously. So you have to double check on all of that, those allegations of anyone that makes some against someone, to see, are these true? And ask the person, what did you think of this? Yeah.
Okay.
To get their take on it.
Yeah.
I remember I was looking in your bio and I saw that you covered a story in Atlanta that was like kind of caught my eye because it was mentioned in your bio, this race between John Lewis and Julian Bond. And when I saw it on the surface, I thought, oh man, this must have been a white versus black opponent, like that they got in some racial issue, but it actually was 2 civil rights leaders that faced off against each other. Historic.
Julian Bond was the guy. I mean, he spoke at one of the conventions. People thought of him, he was quite eloquent. They thought of him as like, oh, vice presidential candidate. I mean, Julian Bond was the smooth, very cool guy. And John Lewis at the time had a stutter. They were besties, and then they broke up over this whole, they ran for Congress together. And John Lewis accused him of having a drug problem. And
his best buddy,
and said, let's go pee in the cup. I want to prove it to me that you're not. And someone gave, like it often happens, someone gave me a police report that his wife had called the police and was dumping the drugs down the toilet. And they came to the house. Oh, it was a crazy time. It was a crazy time. And as we know, John Lewis won the race, and Julian Bond did not. And Julian Bond had a much quieter post-career, died earlier than John Lewis as well. But yeah, oh my God, that was a wild, wild time.
Man.
Yeah, yeah.
And different, right? It's like you can see the media has changed, and that must have been the beginning of maybe playing a little bit dirtier.
Yes.
In a race like that, especially between friends.
Right, two former friends, yeah.
So covering that race, do you think that helped you maybe?
Yeah. I loved politics. We sat around the table at home in Michigan City in our house, and we all talked politics. I'm the youngest of 7.
Oh, wow.
And so everybody, and I was young, but the Vietnam War, I was in grammar school, but still I heard all my brothers and sisters talking about it. And driving to school, I remember my mother one time with the carpool, and it was the Apollo, whatever was going off, and she knew we weren't going to get to school. She zoomed us home to watch it. I thought that was the coolest thing, that we weren't going to school on time, and we watched it on the TV, and then she took us to school. So like the news was sort of part of our life. She listened to Wally Phillips on the radio in the morning, and we all chatted about whatever was going on. So I really did love the news early on, and just didn't know how to get there until after a few years of teaching and saying, okay, wait a second, I don't want to turn 30 and say I didn't try this kind of thing. Yeah.
Any notable people in your classes at Medill when you were?
The people from my class, no, not so much. Not too many are even still in the business. I talked to a few of them, but my notable that in Michigan City, there are several. The guy that grew up 2 doors away is John Roberts, the chief of the Supreme Court.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. He's from Michigan City?
He lived there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, John Roberts.
I wish I'd known sooner.
When he was chosen, it was funny. When he was picked that summer, of course, he was a year younger than I am. And, you only hang out with the people in your class at that time. But he had an older sister. And so my sister taught at the local grammar school, and she helped me find the address for the sister. So I went running over to the sister's house. She lived in Valparaiso at the time. And I knocked on her door because she wouldn't answer her phone. So I knocked on her door, and she said, I told my neighbor, if John gets this job, I knew you were going to show up.
Was she helpful at all?
Yeah, she goes, let me check. I said, I'm not going to ask you, I just want you to talk about your brother. I'm not going to ask your opinions on difficult issues. She goes, let me check if I can do it. Yeah, so she was great. She was nice. And then he's been back. He went to a high school, Lalomere, that's a boarding school.
Oh, yeah.
It's over in LaPorte area, whatever. So he came back for the 50th year of Lalomere. And I went trying to, talk to him. And I got closer and closer with my photog. We get closer and closer. And the marshal, who was just dressed in a suit, goes, you can go, but no camera. Okay. And he was super nice. He goes, you've done well. And I said, well, you too, I guess.
Oh, wow. That's very...
That's what he said to you?
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Right. You've done well. I've been watching you, keeping tabs.
And then he said, now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to undermine democracy.
Stop.
I got a busy schedule.
I have to read the charter of Lalomere. That sounds like a nefarious institution.
Man, John Roberts is from Michigan City.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, I've seen him at Blue Chip. He's still hanging out there.
Is that John Roberts?
I've seen him at Lighthouse Mall at Hager. That's what he wears under the robes.
Did he come to one of your shows? You call that comedy? Man.
So who are you? Do you have people that you enjoy now in news that you like to watch, or that maybe you still are? Because you got to be like, and you probably are mentoring people too.
I feel like the queen of the interns. Yeah, for sure. I've had a lot of great interns. Oh my God, some really good folks that I just still talk to. I used to always try to have a John Carroll intern to try to, pay back to your alma mater kind of thing. So I've had some great interns from there. And yes, I mean, obviously I'm pretty plugged into NBC because it's on all the time in our newsroom. And I watch Tom Yamas and Kristen Welker and all those guys there. And even the Today Show folks. I mean, I, of course, appreciate them and think that they're doing a great job. It is, our business is always changing. And today there is so much more emphasis on, like this, a podcast.
Oh, man.
And being able to do it all. Not just do your minute 30 story, but be able to talk about something and have a breadth of knowledge. And man, did it take to be 72 years old, hello, I'm proud of it, to say that thank you for still having me and wanting me and being able to offer what has happened over all those years. It took a long, long time to get to that point. And so even though some are like, oh, gee, how much longer? I love it. And want to be able to enjoy it. When it's no fun anymore, when people aren't, good to me, whatever, I'll reassess that. But it is every day. I never know the night before, what will I do today, what's going on. And I like that part of unpredictability.
Yeah, that's got to be very, keeps you engaged.
Yes,
It's always different, always.
For sure.
And then when you are, because this bleeds into your regular life too.
Yeah.
But when you're able to shut it off, when you're able to get away.
Yeah.
You like to, I know you enjoy our city. I saw on your feed, your Twitter feed, you're posting a picture of a guy. And you're like, anyone want to hold a snake on the Mag Mile? Someone had a python around there.
I was walking to
work.
work.
You used to see this stuff down in Florida. No.
Was that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah, this gal was just with a big old snake right there at Michigan Lake. And of course, wanting a few bucks for you to touch the snake.
Or get a picture with it.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like to do in Chicago or around?
Well, when I'm not, I'm a grandma too. So I am.
Congrats.
My grandma name
How many?
is Honey.
Honey.
I'm Honey.
Oh, wow.
So it's really sweet. You'll be at Target, and the little guys are like, Honey! And then all the other people, I'm like, I love it. I love it.
Did you come up with Honey?
Of course I came up with Honey.
You're like, I'm not going to be grandma?
I know. No. My daughter said to me, what do you think your grandma name will be? I said, well, let me think about it. And so I'm watching the Today Show, and Susan Sarandon's on. And they said, oh, we hear your grandma. She said, absolutely not. I'm Honey. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. I like Honey. So, yeah. And it makes it easier, too, for like my son-in-law who doesn't know. I call her Mrs. Ahern, and I call her Mary Ann. So everybody calls me Honey.
Oh, really?
The kids call me Honey. The son-in-laws call me Honey. I love it. We were just on this crazy trip, and the people were on a train, and they're all calling me Honey. People are looking around like, who's the Honey? It's really good. It's good. So I hang with them a lot, and I love that so much. It's great. And I'm in Michigan City. I love to be over there. So my family, still have family over there.
Mary Ann, it is so good to see you. So great to catch up.
Thank you.
I been a fan for a long time. You got so many intersects with Chicago.
Yeah.
You're just part of the fabric of it. And that's what I will miss when some of these stuff goes away, because we do have people that have been here the whole time.
Yeah.
Connective tissue. All right, Mary Ann, you're very active on socials. You want to plug your social Instagram?
Yeah,
X?
yeah. I think Instagram is just Ahern NBC, I think. And then, Instagram or X is also the same.
Honey?
Yeah, it's Honey.
All right, you guys, thank you for joining us. We've had a great time talking with Mary Ann Ahern, and we will be back next week. Got a whole lot more coming up. Hey, guys, quick question. Are you washing your face with the same soap you wash your car with? Do you shower in the driveway too? It's time to step things up. That's why I like Tiege Hanley. It's a super simple skincare system made for guys. Cleanse, moisturize, exfoliate. It's all laid out so you don't have to think about it. Just a few minutes a day and your skin actually looks better. Head to Tease.com/Pat for 40% off and a free gift. Start taking care of your face like an adult. That's Tease.com/Pat. All right, welcome back. That felt good, man. Our new format, Dwayne. What'd you think?
Man, it's interesting because, you know, before we were like more freewheeling, and now we gotta like not curtail things, but be more mindful of the time. It's like we were the Doors doing extended concerts. Then we wound up.
And Jim Morrison died.
Yeah, then Jim Morrison died. You know, or we sold one of our songs to Ford for a commercial. You know, but no, I thought it was cool.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
Something must be going right if we're being smothered creatively.
Right. Like they say, you can't sell out if you got nothing to sell.
Right.
You know?
I think the structure will help, actually, maybe a little bit. You know, we had Mary Ann Ahern in here today, a little bit more intentional about our time and what we want to hit. But, yeah, it's good, man. It's a good thing. But then we got extra, you know, if you're just a regular listener, or not even regular, if you're a, what would you say, dedicated, committed, you're in.
Yes.
We'll always throw some extra in too. And I got to say, I have been getting more feedback about this show than ever before. I got a couple nice notes on Facebook, a couple DMs about how much they enjoy the show. And then in person, I was out this weekend. A couple people mentioned. And big Dwayne Kennedy fans out there too, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they really...
Not after they hear my manifesto.
Which we're going to read on our Patreon. Yeah, right, that's the first Patreon content. Dwayne's Manifesto.
Right. Let me unscroll this.
Let me tighten my boots before I read this. Stand up.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yes. You know, it's funny because, you know, obviously we do it here and talk to each other. I don't even really think about that it's actually going out to people, you know?
Yeah, that's the best way to approach it, I think.
Yeah. Although sometimes you can get too relaxed with that, right? It's like, oh, I forgot I was even on air.
Yeah, what do I want to talk about?
Yeah.
I've just been so tied up with the new rhythm now, and I'm sure a lot of people are going through this. Mm-hmm. When kids go back to school, if you have kids, it just changes the schedule. It's a whole shift to new routine, trying to get them to bed, you know, picking up. And now I have 2 schools to go to. And, dude, it is my daughter in high school, there is not one bus there picking kids up. There is, how many kids go to this school? Probably 600, and there's like 500 cars.
Oh,
and one kid gets
no
in
bus
each
at
car.
all?
Doesn't look like it, but there's a line of cars, like they're you know, like a gas station in the 70s.
Wow.
Just out the parking lot, down the street, and you got to get there.
Man,
pick up your kid.
How long does that take?
Too long.
Yeah.
And then you got parents that get there so early. They're there like a half hour before. That's what is that? All week, like 3 hours, 4 hours a week that you're spending in a parking lot. Well, you probably just scroll on the phone. Maybe they're listening to our podcast.
Maybe so.
Yeah.
You never know.
This is what we're the school pickup pod. Turn it up.
Right. Tune in.
Yeah. Have you? What have you been? Were you working this weekend? Were you?
I'm doing a block party.
Oh yeah.
In Chicago for my manager. We'll see how this block party goes.
You doing it in the jumping jack?
Yeah. I'm in the bouncy house.
You stand on top of the fire truck?
Hey, kids, doing all my political stuff. So what's up with the Strait of Hormuz? Anywho.
Hey, what's up with you? You got your shoes on?
Yeah, man. So man, this is my thing. Like we're doing this podcast, which is cool. Working with you is great. But also the thing now is because we can't just, we started doing stand-up. Now you got to do your podcast. Now you got to do all these different things to get more people to come see your stand-up.
Yeah, you got to record yourself getting ready for the show.
I got to record myself. I got to get somebody taking a picture of me, taking a picture of myself. Yeah. Can you record him recording me, recording myself? Oh, my God.
And then tag me.
Yeah, can you? Right. And then we can collaborate, and then I can just kill myself. Can we make that happen? Somebody get a picture of me, getting a picture of you, getting a picture of us. Oh, my God. But no, this is cool, man. I don't know if I would have. Anyway, it's just real cool, man. Just doing it with you, it's good.
Yeah, it's a good time, man.
Yeah.
Gives us a little break in between. Yeah, I'm going to Cleveland this weekend.
What's in Cleveland?
Hilarities Comedy Club.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday is one of my favorite clubs in the country.
Really?
It's an independent club. You know, there's not many.
No.
Family owned, operated. Nick Costas, who runs this club, dude, he is just a really great dude, and he's had this club in Cleveland, and he's a big supporter of the city. You know, he kind of rebuilt this 4th Street, which is like the hottest street in downtown Cleveland. Michael Simon's got a couple of restaurants there. It's right down the street from. They have a nice little stadium campus. You know, a lot of these cities have been kind of intentional about that. As they rebuilt stadiums and arenas, they put them like right next to each other.
Right.
So you can like walk to, if you were going to a Cavs game from this 4th Street, you can walk to see the Cavs. You can walk to see the Guardians.
Right.
It's right there, Progressive Field. I don't know if it's still called that, but it's right there. So I'm looking forward to Cleveland, man.
That'll be cool, man.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
Just to get away from, because, you know, there's like this world we're living, and then you go online, and there's this other thing that I think we're all trying to avoid in a way. Anyway, that has spilled over, and there's some funny moments too from some of this stuff that's going on. You see protest, or because you kind of pointed out that this generation,
yes,
like if they had, what were you saying? If they had
well, this generation is serious and also whimsical.
Yeah.
You know, because they had a thing in Minneapolis, and there was a protest, and Spider-Man showed up. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, I couldn't have seen back in the day like the March on Washington with Martin Luther King, and in the back was just the Hulk. Stamp out racism. You know what I mean? Racism bad. But that would have been cool.
all the Marvel characters would be behind him.
Right. Like you said, Martin Luther King would have said, like, what were you saying?
Oh, I don't care if you're white, black, or green. Right, Hulk?
right. You're right, Martin.
They'd have everyone on their side except Captain America.
No, I'm sure that cat was right wing. He was Captain of Make America. Yeah.
Just throw that disc.
Yeah, man. But, man, just to see that cat just come flying in, Spider-Man, throw him, and he looked good. You know what I mean? It wasn't like
he was kind of ripped up?
He was ripped. It wasn't like some cat just with a gut. You know what I mean? It was I was like, go ahead, Spider-Man. Yeah.
And he got a guy that was like pretty radical guy, saying hateful things.
Yes.
And holding up, you know.
That's what he does. He's a right-wing troll, former J6er who had been arrested and got pardoned. And now he shows up at various events to provoke, you know, antagonize. And Spider-Man said, I've just had enough. And somebody hand me my suit. I'm going to go down there and, you know what I mean, throw a few haymakers to my boy.
That'd be so, like, it's got to be out of body. Like, you're, like, doing your thing, and you turn around, and you're getting punched in the face by Spider-Man.
And
like,
another,
oh, man.
What the? I've engendered the wrath of a superhero? Maybe I've taken things too far.
And they still have Spider-Man in theaters, so it's like cross promo. It might be guerrilla marketing, for all we know. He may have been sent there by the studio.
It might have been. And don't forget, I'm still in the theaters too.
Would that be great? There's a line of Spider-Man. All right, you're gonna go to a protest and jack this radical in the face. Right. I want you to go on a flight, get kicked off an airplane. Right. You, Spider-Man, you get turned away at a
Dairy Queen. I saw Spider-Man, man. I went a few weeks ago. I went to New York to visit my significant other. Yeah, and we were going to try to see the Odyssey.
Do you want to linger on that at all? You want to open up to our listeners about, because you didn't really bring up your significant other very often.
No,
but you know your mom listens to the show. She loves it.
She does love it.
Do you share everything with her about your private life?
No.
Well,
no.
Here's your opportunity.
No, Pat, we gonna keep that on the down low. But yeah, matter of fact, she doesn't even really hear from me except through this podcast.
I'm gonna have someone dressed up as Spider-Man and go visit your mom and tell her everything about you.
Yeah, but so we tried to go see the Odyssey. It's sold out on IMAX. It's been sold out for the next few months or so. We wound up seeing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Do they have a section for the people that couldn't get into another movie?
Yeah,
Here you go.
yeah. Come on in.
So did you want to see this at some point? Have you seen all the other ones?
All the other Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I saw the first one. I saw the one
Like the
with
Tobey Maguire?
Tobey Maguire.
Right.
That
I saw
holds up.
those. Like,
Right?
I'm good.
Yeah.
I saw that, and then there was another one, and then I enough.
Yeah. I saw Tobey Maguire, the first one. I didn't see the other 30. And then I saw the one with Andrew Garfield, which was kind of lame. You know,
I didn't see any of those.
Nah, you didn't miss anything, brother. And then I saw with what's my man Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
I saw the first one with Tom Holland, because there's been 3 with Tom Holland, 4, I don't know, 4. So right, so I saw the first one, I think the third one, and I don't know this one. You know, I was
He's a British dude, right?
yeah, he's British.
Tom Holland?
Yeah.
But he Peter Parker's it up. He goes American for the.
Yeah, he goes American. You know what I mean? Him and Zendaya, that was cool. I saw.
And they're together in real life.
They're in real life, brother. But I think they met doing Spider-Man. You know, how's that go? Just, you know, you meet on the set. That happens more than people think. And then more than people try to oh, no, this is just professional. I always used to say, man, as an actor, there's certain things that you can fake. Like we could fake argue. We could fake yelling at you. But once you're tongue kissing somebody, you're not acting at that point. You know what I mean?
That's real.
Hey, that's real. That's some real tongue. You know, they don't call it the stunt tongue. You know. So, anywho, yeah, man. Saw Spider-Man, but I still want to see the Odyssey. That's my goal. I want to see it I wanted to see it in New York because New York has the largest IMAX theater in the country at the Lincoln Square. Is that right, Eddie? Yes.
I think it's called Trump Square now.
Trump Square.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see Spider-Man come flying in doing a Trump speech. And another thing. Just whoop the whole family. Yeah, man. So that's my goal. I still want to see the Odyssey. I know Eddie saw it. Tom saw it. Did you see it, Paula? Odyssey? Everybody?
I haven't seen it.
Me either, Bob.
I want to see it, and now I have my daughter has to read it this semester, so
Because
we gotta
of-
wait now because she's like, "No, I want to see it." So I'm gonna maybe hold out for the kids,
Okay.
and then when they're caught up,
Do they want to see it?
they do want to see it.
Man.
I think we're gonna go. Maybe go. I would like to see IMAX too.
Yeah.
Where's there an IMAX theater? They got rid of the one at Navy Pier.
Did they?
They had one there for a long time. I think there's maybe a couple in the Chicagoland area. I'm not sure. Did you guys, any of you see it IMAX?
I did. IMAX 70 millimeters only in Woodridge.
There's an IMAX in Woodridge.
Woodridge. Where's Woodridge?
It's out near Naperville.
Oh, okay. It's not bad. And that's, you said, but that's sold out for like the next couple of months.
Yeah, I think it is. It's probably going to be tough to get a ticket.
Spider-Man 5 will probably be out before that, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got great reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see it.
You ever see Civil War?
No.
That flick came out a couple of years ago. Oh, man.
I don't think I wanted to watch it. It felt like a little too real.
Yeah.
Or that it could.
I saw it twice.
Oh, yeah?
That's my feel-good movie of
From
the
both
year.
sides? Did they show it from both?
Right. I saw it on the blue side and the gray side. Come on, somebody.
But it's a modern-day Civil War, right?
Yeah. And you don't really know who's what, but you could just, things have just descended into chaos. Yeah. Like my inner life.
I think a lot of people are feeling that.
Yeah, but
That's why they come here, to get away from it all.
yeah, and moisturize.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why, it would be good. I do want to see that. You need some escapes.
Yeah,
You got to get out.
Absolutely.
I've been trying to do some outside stuff just because the weather is, it's beautiful right now.
Oh man, it's great.
And we're going into, this is the best time of year, the fall. I heard not to, not to like judge a calendar by this, but Starbucks fall items just came out. That's a big thing. So we know when they start selling all the pumpkin stuff, and you go into the stores now, seeing all the Halloween crap.
Yeah.
My vacated CVS is about to become a Spirit Halloween again. I believe. I drive by every day. I'm like, have they moved back in? Right. Because they come in hot, and that's like taking your kid to a amusement park. Almost.
It is.
They have like the interactive, huge displays.
Yeah,
they're not bad. You could kill an afternoon
at all,
Spirit
man.
Halloween.
And it's like you said. For how long does it stay? For about a month or how long?
Yeah, about a month and a half.
A month and a half. It's like, man, this is everything. This is great. And then one day, this is gone.
Yeah. It's like in Big when he goes back to the fairgrounds.
Oh, man, that's right.
But why don't they have it? Why doesn't it become Spirit Christmas after that?
I know.
And then Spirit
New Year's. Then
New Year's, Easter.
Yeah,
St.
Easter.
Patrick's Day. You do the whole spring thing.
All of that, man.
I wonder who owns that Spirit Halloween. I'd like to have them on here. Talk to. That's a great business model.
That is. Those pop-up stores. Yeah. I always forget about Halloween too, because now everything starts earlier, right? Like Halloween, like you said, it's August, and they got the Halloween stuff up. Just the idea, man, just all the candy corn. That's my thing. Like, oh, man.
You like candy corn?
No, I don't eat it, but I used to tear. Woo!
You used to eat that?
Oh, brother.
I've never been a fan of that. That's like
just a bag of sugar.
I think people are on that side, right? It's either like you like candy corn, or it's like a love or hate, like cilantro, or like
cilantro.
It's almost like your taste buds.
Yeah. How are you with cilantro?
No good. No bueno.
No.
Tastes like soap.
Okay.
And I used to like soap. Not anymore. When I was little, I used to just swear on purpose.
I'm gonna wash your mouth out with soap.
Fine. Oh, yeah? I fucking dare you. Oh, that's good.
That's good. What's that, dial?
Yeah, cilantro I cannot eat.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few things like that.
Nah, man. Yeah, candy corn. What about those circus peanuts?
No. Can't eat those either.
Yeah, that's just pure sugar. Like I said, they should just give you just a big old bag of Dominoes and cut to the chase.
You know what I've been eating a lot of that I'm into is, do you like licorice?
I like red licorice.
You do?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that brand, that Willy Wallaby?
Yeah, it's Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's based on Australian. I think they're out of Minnesota. I only know this because I checked, because I was like, man, where is this from?
So they're like the what's that what's the steakhouse that pretended to be from Australia, but they're out of Outback.
Oh yeah.
They're the Outback.
What? They're not from Australia?
Hold on to your hats.
I'll take them out back. Drag them through a blossom. Right. Is that their thing, the onion blossom? I always mix that. Oh, the blooming onion.
Yeah.
Blooming onion.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So you saying you like the
I like that licorice. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's just like a recent addiction. I seem to I'll get on something and then I'll just wear it out. I'll just have too much of it. I was on peanut M&Ms for about 2 years, 3 years.
Oh yeah, peanut. You can't go wrong with peanut M&Ms, brother. Or I'm trying not to eat. I have a sweet tooth, but I'm trying to cut that way back on that. But the peanut butter with the.
Oh, I've seen those.
Yeah, have you ever had that?
I tried them. Yeah, I'm not.
Can't get with it.
If I go peanut, I'm going like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Have you ever heard Mike Toomey's bit?
Oh yeah,
man.
Yeah,
that bit cracks me up. You got to get Mike Toomey on the show just to do that bit.
The Greyhound bus.
Man, woo!
Yeah, that is a great.
That bit cracks me up. And you ever see somebody do a bit that is so fun that it does well, but sometimes it's like, man, this audience is not appreciating enough how funny this bit is. You ever see
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially if you've seen it kill in many other places and I hate that when you see something that doesn't get.
Yeah. Or
a lot of times I'm saying it.
Right.
I'm having a personal POV experience
of
this is not getting what it usually gets. No, but Mike, I used to, when I was opening for Mike Toomey on the road, there were nights, Saturday nights, where I would double close. I would ask, I was like, dude, you got to double close. And he would do the candy bit and the marijuana.
Oh, I don't know that
Careful,
one.
Bill. The train.
Oh, like he's an instructional
Yeah.
anti-drug. Yeah, man. And he does such great voices, man. And and that's what I was gonna say. Conversely, when you see him do that bit in front of the right audience, and everybody's in the pocket, man. Like, oh man, that bit is. I quote that bit to people, and then I tell them,
yeah.
and oh man, that is funny.
Do you always have a specific thing you know you're going to close on when you're?
Nah,
You kind of.
lately I've been closing on "I'm sorry." Forgive me.
Lately, I've been closing on refund instructions.
I've been closing on. I thought this was gonna go better. Nah, man, not really. But like I got a gig tonight that I have a rough idea.
Like, how much time are you doing tonight?
I think it's like 10, 15, something like that. But yeah, what about you? You have any like set things you close with?
I mean, I was for a long time closing on the high school coach.
Oh yeah.
But I will switch it up,
Yeah.
But there are certain things that just become like, oh, I can close on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Certain things you almost 99% of the time are going to work. Right, your go-tos. But I've been doing, man, how do you feel like lately it's like, man, I've been trying stuff. The whole thing, I don't know, man, having shows that were kind of like mediocre, and it's like, I feel horrible. But it's like you got to go through that. It's almost like shedding your skin, you know what I mean, like to come into the next thing. But it's like in the interim, it's like doing sets that are like not great, or just feel like I bomb. I always feel horrible when I bomb, like I've let everybody down, like I've wasted everybody's time, like what am I doing?
It is like there's an art to being bad, and that's actually the people that are really good at that.
Yeah.
Get better maybe quicker, or like they turn material more often. It is a definite thing you gotta get comfortable with. I'm saying this as someone who feels the same way you do.
Yeah.
Like, especially because when I'm doing new stuff, it doesn't match up with my rhythm of like I try and hit them every
Right.
30 seconds, and then the newer stuff is just like more of a time between. So you lose your rhythm, but the bigger, the longer the set, the more at ease I am with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm up there for 30 minutes and I got them, like now I can do 10 of playing around, knowing I'll do another 10, 20 after.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you this is that I have to be more. When I first started, I was, like you said, more mindful to just have a more consistent, like a briefer pace, of jokes. Then I got, what it was? But I would be so worked up and tense about doing, like, no, I got to do this at a certain pace, and they got to laugh, And then one day I just said, you know what? Just to put myself at ease, what if I just go on stage and don't say anything? How long could I do that? Just to see, like, is it the end of the world if I don't get a laugh? And then you start to see that, oh, not necessarily. But now I think, man, for years, and it's sort of become my style, and people sort of think it's my style, but it's really not, where they say, oh, I like the way you just take your time. And a lot of it, I just can't remember what I want to say. You know what I mean? I like the way you're just in control in the silence. I don't know what's going on.
It'd be great if they did know that. Like, dude, I love how you forget stuff and how you like meander and try and grasp for stuff.
Right. The way your memory fails, woo, is noteworthy. So I want to get back, like you were saying, man, get back to having a steady pace, and you know what I mean?
Remember those monkey bars, like grabbing each one? I feel like that's what I'm always trying to do, like grab the next one and then get to the next one.
Yeah.
But sometimes the painful part is just hanging there.
Right.
And then trying to, because new stuff, man, and it's demanded now. You have to have new things.
As we demonstrate, like, hence the whole social media thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I think people ended up posting a lot of crowd work stuff, because they're like, oh, this is never ending. I can always do this.
Right.
You know? And that's what is so popular now in that algorithm, probably because of that. But yeah, there's nothing like polished, well-written, well-performed material.
Yeah.
Like the bit you had that went viral, that was you seemingly are being conversational and just yourself and just like opening up. But meanwhile, like you wrote that and you came to that, you polished it, right? And shaped it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And you always have new stuff.
I got a couple things, man, but then it's like, yeah, and or you can do this, and then you go back to bits, you refine bits, you expand bits. You know what I mean? You always, man, I got an idea from something from 20 years ago that I'd still like to work on. But I mean, I'm sure you got.
I don't always have new material, but I always have like a new outfit. And I'm like, I haven't done this bit in this shirt. You know? Yeah, you guys have heard this, but not with these shoes on. Look at these. And they don't mind.
Right. It used to be the fact I wouldn't change material. I would just change towns. You know?
I used to part my hair on this side. Now I'm doing the same hour, but I brush it over this way.
That bit is different somehow. Yeah, man.
No, it is a thing, man. You got to keep hammering that out.
Yeah.
But that's good, man.
Do you ever feel like you want to be more revealing on stage? Like, want to just... But you're
that's a lot of feedback I get, or
that you are
if you
personal,
have inside
right?
stuff. No, like to open up more because I think people are like, that's where it is. You got to really open up and be.
Who was some of your favorite comedians?
I mean, back then or now?
Anytime.
Yeah,
Now.
Bill Burr. I really like.
Man. Yeah, I like that cat. At first. I didn't know what to make of him, but the more I heard him, like, oh, I'd like this cat. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I was super just surprised. I made assumptions that his wife is black.
Yeah.
And when I would have never thought that initially, but then the more I listened to him, oh, wait a minute, okay. But initially, just that white cat, Irish cat from Boston, you know what I mean? I was like, how? No way in the world. But yeah, I like Burr, man.
Yeah, he's a funny dude.
He's
super,
really funny.
I just like how he is conversational. And he is like, and he has a little bit. I always thought he sounded like he could be from the South Side. And he's got a great take on the Cubs Sox rivalry. That when they do play, people will post it, and it's for an outsider, someone not be here. It's pretty on the nose.
Yeah, he's funny, man. I tell you somebody I like who's not Maria Bamford.
Oh yeah, she's hilarious.
She's brilliant, man. She just does character, or just gets inside of a character, and oh man, she's brilliant.
Yeah, she kind of reminds me of Hedberg in a way. In terms of like you get, pacing and just you have to really listen and smart stuff.
Yeah, she's another one. Sometimes, man, if like everybody, if it's not her audience, like they don't. But man, she's great. There's so many good people, man. We're talking about Erica Nicole Clark.
Oh, yeah.
She's super funny, man. I had to follow her at the Laugh Factory a few weeks ago. It did not go good for me. She's like, man, Erica's great. Yeah.
That is a different feeling when you got someone in front of you that happens all the time in New York and L.A., I'm sure.
Yes.
And it does happen every so often in Chicago.
Every so often. I think it probably happens the most in New York. But yeah, and then here, and then L.A., right, same thing, I guess, depending on where you go up at. Yeah, man.
What would you say is the difference between a New York comic and an L.A. comic for someone that, like, grew in either scene?
I just think the New York comics have, generally, I don't know, man. I was going to say more of an edge, but I don't know if that's true. I don't even know what that means, but I don't know if there's a difference in the quality of the comedy, but there's probably more quality comedians in New York than there are in L.A. Because I used to say this, but this is long before the internet, where Chicago's a place you get good. New York is a place where you get good. L.A. is a place where you go to get famous.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So with L.A., you can find some brilliant people out there, but a lot of people in L.A., a lot of the comedians are also, actors, or maybe actors who just try to get 5 minutes together so they can just get up on stage and be seen and do that same 5 minutes all the time everywhere in town because they're just trying to, whatever they're trying to get, You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always felt like the New York was like more per minute, almost like more pounding it out, like boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
You know, in LA, maybe a little bit more airing out, maybe a little more eccentric or very not maybe experimental. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
possibly, but yeah, two different scenes.
Yeah.
But I was watching Mad Men the other day, and I've been watching it with my girlfriend, revisiting. And there's a scene that they're at the Playboy Club, and it kind of reminded me of like that's kind of when stand-up was starting.
Yeah.
Stand-up wasn't even a thing. In some of the early venues, like here in Chicago, they had Mr. Kelly's. They had a Playboy Club here in Chicago.
Right, started here.
Yeah, and
yeah,
right. Then from here, right?
Yeah,
the whole thing started here.
Yeah.
We should have him on.
Yeah, we should.
And then he went up to Lake Geneva.
Oh, right.
Yeah, the Lake Geneva Hotel was or what's the hotel up there? The Grand Geneva? Yeah, they own that. That was a Playboy property. Anyway, they were the first ones putting stand-ups on stage. There were no comedy clubs.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny to think like how long this has even been a thing.
And the way that it evolved, because early stand-up was, sort of like vaudevillian or Borscht Belt or Chitlin Circuit, the old my mother-in-law, this and that. And then Mort Saul from Chicago started with doing like just the daily news, doing news of the day, and sort of just made it more, I don't want to say intellectual, but in a sense, And then from that evolved like Lenny Bruce and those type of cats, and then sort of Dick Gregory, who used to perform in Chicago a lot. I think he was based in, he wasn't from Chicago, but I know he was based in Chicago. And then Richard Pryor kind of evolved out of that. Yeah, stand-up, man, I love it beyond everything.
All the way shows used to be.
Yeah.
I mean, they would have like minstrel shows too. And if you wanted to do dress up like that, there's a costume at Target.
Right. Oh my God. Like every year. Yeah.
Yeah, you pointed that out. This always happens.
Every year, brother, somebody comes up with a
inappropriate costume.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's like, what were they thinking? And all the people that it went through to get approved.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That, and you always see some frat has a party and they dress up in blackface, and then they,
Yeah.
But we thought we didn't. Yeah.
It was a big costume growing up that I don't think is PC anymore. It was people would dress up as like a homeless person.
For real?
Or a hobo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They put coffee grounds on their face.
That's right.
A stick.
Yeah.
With a kerchief.
Yeah.
And like a raggedy, and it's like,
yeah.
I'm going out.
Right. And the actual hobos were saying, that guy's got a stick? Where's he getting sticks? Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, that's a funny word. Hobo.
Hobo.
Like
you sound hobophobic. Yeah. All right, we got a lot of great stuff coming up. As I mentioned, I'm going to be in Cleveland this weekend. Catch up with Dwayne here. You got some stuff coming up
on Nokema Avenue outside Saturday at somebody's block party.
That's going to be. We can't wait to hear about that.
I hope it rains.
Don't forget to check us out on. All right, you know where to find us. Interact with us. And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Leave us a review, too. We love to get the reviews. And we got some great stuff coming up. Patrick Manley will be here right before the NFL season kicks off, as you were talking about earlier. All right, everyone. That's number 52 in the can. Thanks for checking us out. See you next week.
The Pat McGann Show is brought to you by the Pat McGann Show team. Producer Paula Thornton. Showrunner Tom Bambera. Video production Eddie Perez. Audio engineer, video and audio editor Madeline Curlis. Organic content manager George Moster. Recorded at Tiege Hanley Studios in Chicago, Illinois.